guys, welcome. Another video here. We're gonna actually start standing today. Won't need any props, just a yoga mat per usual. We're gonna start standing on one side of the mat here, and we're gonna start facing to the side, just starting off finding your breath. So hands can go where they feel good for you. I'm gonna take them around my ribs, thumbs in the back, 4 fingers in the front. Starting to take a nice big inhale. Breathing into your thumbs and into your back ribs. And then exhaling through your front ribs here. Feeling them try to knit together, letting your waist become smaller. And we'll go for a few like that. Big inhales, breathe into the back and the sides of your body. Starting to exhale all the air out. Feel that belly button pull in toward your spine. We start to wake up those transverse abdominals. Deepest layer of your abs wrapping in around your waist. Let's go for one more big breath here. And then lowering your hands to your hip bones. Give a nice soft bend of your knees and start to add in a few pelvic tilts. So as you exhale, just tuck that tail underneath you. Inhale, find your neutral. Again, exhale, still make it a warm up for your low abs, a little tuck underneath. Inhale to release. Notice how my head, neck, and shoulders are staying frozen in space here. So we're really trying to move just that pelvis. We're gonna go for 3 more. Exhale as you tuck for 2. Last one. Awesome. We come to standing nice and tall. Arms are going to reach up to the ceiling here. Nice big inhale. Exhale, roll yourself down bone by bone. Till your hands find the floor. Give a bend of the knees if you need it. You're going to walk yourself out to your first plank here. Shoulders over your wrist. Tuck that tail. Squeeze through your back legs. Give yourself just 3 big breaths here. Same as you were doing into your back ribs. Exhaling through your front ribs. For 2. Growing yourself a little longer. Last one. And you're gonna walk yourself back. Heels to the floor. Bone by bone, roll yourself up. Head is lax. We're gonna do that again. Arms to the ceiling. Roll yourself down bone by bone. Slowly walk yourself forward. Find that same plank here. Again. 3 big breaths, same thing. We're just taking this as a warm up. We're bringing that blood flow to the center of your body here. 1 more big breath. Carefully walk yourself back. 1 more time. Roll yourself on up. Arms to the ceiling. Exhale, roll yourself down. We're warming up through that spine as well. Bone by bone. Walk yourself forward. This time, shoulders are over your wrists to start. You're gonna pike your hips up now to the ceiling. Let your heels fall to the floor. Find that downward dog release. So find that release into your hamstrings. I'm taking a little bit of a pedal of my legs here, but you gotta do what feels good. Low abs in. Few more reps. Maybe lifting both heels, lower both heels. And then bone by bone, nice and juicy, restack into your plank. Do that 1 more time. Hips up to the ceiling. Find your downward dog. Take the release here. Finding that warmth through the back of your legs. Awesome. And fold yourself out into your plank. 1 more big breath here. And then walk yourself back. Let your heels fall. Roll yourself up. Give yourself a big shoulder roll at the top. Awesome work. Now from here, we're gonna go into our first set of squats. So standing about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. We're gonna start feet nice and parallel here, weights in your heels. Arms can go where they feel good, maybe to your hips to start. On your exhale, sit your butt back. You press into your heels, squeeze into your glutes to stand nice and tall. Low abs pull in first. Long spine to sit back, hinge at your hips. Press into your heels, you squeeze the smile line of your cheeks on the way up. If you want to take hands into a prayer, you can do that as well. I like to take my hands kind of across my low abs, make sure that they are still working and active. The hard part is making sure those front ribs are knitted together as well. You've got a nice neutral spine here. That nice arc into your low spine. We're not tucking. Your sits bones are wide. Stick your tails out. We're gonna go for about 5 more. Warming up to the back of those legs for 4, for 3, last 2. On the next one, you're gonna stay low and hold with me here. Can you feel your low abs still pulling in actively? Think that you are trying to rip the floor apart with your heels, so your outer glutes kick on a tad more. Can you take your right heel to a hover, lower it down. You switch, left heel to a hover, lower it down, and switch. Right heel lifts, it lowers, left heel lifts, it lowers. You either continue to alternate, or if you're feeling really good, maybe you start to lift both heels, lower both heels. Can you keep your hips nice and low as you do this? Thighs are getting nice and warm. Pressures over the first 2 toes as you lift those heels. We're going for 5 more. Maybe arms reach long. Last challenge. Butt gets an inch lower. You got it. For 3. For 2. Keep those heels lifted or both heels down. You pulse your hips down an inch, up an inch for 10. You got it. Low abs in. Breathe. For 5. Lower. 4. 3. 2. Last one. You control to stand nice and tall. Lower your heels if they're lifted. Lower your arms. Take any shakes and shimmies. Awesome work, you guys. That was great. All right, so we're going to meet next on your hands and knees here. Give yourself a few cat-cows after that. Rounding your spine, look towards your belly. Reverse that and arch, look up towards the ceiling. If you need a head roll, tail roll. Super healthy for your spine. I know I do this in every class, but it's just so healthy and so important for your spine, getting that flexion and extension here. And noticing just where the sticky spots are. Really think breathing into those sticky spots. Let's go for 2 more sets. Last one. All right, let's find that long neutral spine here. So shoulders are gonna be over your wrists. I want you to start by reaching your right leg along behind you here. You're gonna start by lowering that right leg down to the floor and lift your right back up. Your toes tap the floor, squeeze through that right glute, lift right back up. That's it, simple to start getting into that back leg here. As you keep moving, notice how my torso is super quiet, right? So as I lift, I'm not sinking into my low back. My abs, especially obliques, are working a ton to help keep that torso quiet. So just the right glute works. Now with your abs activated, maybe you test your balance here, test where your weight is. So we want to get out of your left hip, maybe taking left hand to a hover, maybe feeling out your hip bones here. Make sure they feel square. Notice how that gets your abs to work a bit more. We're gonna go for 5 more, and then we're gonna add on. If wrists ever become sensitive, you come down to your forearms and elbows. That's always an option. Now, as you keep lifting, you're gonna add in a tricep bend of your arms. So as you lift your leg, can you bend your elbows to the floor? Straighten your arms, lower the leg. You lift, a little tricep bend. You dive forward, straighten, and lower. Abs in. It's just a pitch forward. Nothing happening with your low back. You're taking a hinge at the hip. That right glute's still working. We're working those triceps. We're here for 5. Nice and controlled, both directions. For 4. For 3. My right glute's really working. For 2. On this last one, you're gonna hold that tricep bend and just freeze. Can you get your elbows in closer towards each other a little more? Maybe lift that right leg an extra inch. Pulse your arms down an inch, up an inch. You're here for 8, belly button to spine. Breathe. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. You control, lower everything here. Awesome work, you guys. Sit back on your heels. Give yourself a breath in a child's pose. You're gonna come right back to your hands and knees. Step your right foot forward now so that you're in a proposal stance with your legs. Take a second, square off through your hips. If your knees are sensitive at all through this series, grab a pillow now to take underneath your bottom knee, or you can fold up the yoga mat. Now from here, you're gonna tuck your back toes here behind you. You're gonna take your back knee off of the floor into a nice standing lunge. Front leg is bent. Now from here, keeping your back leg long, really shift your weight forward towards your front leg here. You're gonna play with your balance, so pressing into your front heel. Can you shift your weight forward? Bring your left knee up towards your chest. Resist, find that deep lunge again. Left toes to the floor, deep lunge. Press into your right heel, squeeze the right glute you were just working. Play with your balance. Left leg comes up to where you can. Left leg behind you. Nice deep lunge. Lots of balance work, right? We're working on ankle stability, knee, hip, core is working a ton. Take your time. We're gonna go for about 4 more. Go at your own pace, doesn't have to be with me. Feel how your hamstring and glute are working together to control in both directions. About 3 more. Imagine your front foot like a tripod, big toe, pinky toe, and heel. My whole right leg's firing up here. Let's go for 1 more. You're gonna meet me down in that lunge, and you're going to hold here. Back leg stays long, front leg bent. Pitch your chest forward over your thigh and stick your tail out. Right glute brings your chest up to center. Low abs in, hinge at your hip. Squeeze your right glute, come back up to center. Last 4. Squeeze your inner legs. For 3. Last 2. Final challenge. You're gonna stay over your thigh and freeze. Squeeze your palms together. Squeeze your inner legs. You're gonna twist and rotate to the right, back to center. Little bit of rotation to the right, back to center. Hips don't move. Rotation from your ribs. Right glute still working. Last 3. We're gonna find a plank into. Last 1. Bring your hands down to the floor. Right toes meet your left. It's hard for me too, you guys. Almost just fell there. Find your plank. You're gonna just find some nice slow and controlled mountain climbers. Let's go for just 10 seconds. Right knee in, left knee in. You alternate. If you want to just hold a plank, that's fine too. We're here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees. Give yourself a breath. Really awesome work. We're just gonna do that all on the other side here. Meet me right back on your hands and knees. Give yourself your cat-cows for a second. And take advantage of this to just regroup and find your center. Find your abs maybe playing a role a bit more. They pull into round. They stay in as you arch. 2 more sets, find your breath. Last set. All right, find your neutral here. Left leg's reaching long behind you now. You're gonna lower left toes to the floor, squeeze your left glute, lift right back up. Lower and lift. Simple to start. Find your abs right away. Think about showing off the back of the neck to the ceiling. So it's a slight chin tuck here. Instead of letting yourself fall forward or look down, think long energy through the crown of your head. Start to play with your weight here. The tendency is really to sink over to that supporting hip. So think shifting weight toward your left arm. Draw your abs in. Maybe play with that balance. Right hand can help square off those hips here. Awesome work. 5 more on their own, and then we'll add in a wide push-up. Last 3, really think lifting out of the center of your shoulder blades. For 2, Now we're gonna add in a wide push-up this time. So as you lift your leg, bend your elbows to the sides of the room. Straighten as you lower. You lift, elbows sides of the room. Straighten as you lower. Go for 5 more. Again, you try to keep the head in line with your spine so the head doesn't do the push-up, right? Arms bend to do the push-up. For 4, whole body's working. For 3, last 2. Now we hold this last one here, stay with me. Halfway, pulse your arms down an inch, up an inch. Down an inch, up an inch. Draw your abs in even deeper. Lift that leg an extra inch. For 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, last one. Woo. Sit back. Give yourself that breath. Awesome, awesome job. We're gonna knee in the proposal stance now. Left leg comes in front. Start by tucking your right toes behind you. Feel free to use the floor at first if you need support to get your back knee off and back leg long here. And if you ever have an issue with balance, I happen to have these shelves here next to me, but if you need a chair or something to just hold on to, feel free to grab that. And then you work your way towards the challenge of getting rid of that, right? Balance is a hard thing for everyone here. All right, so back leg is long, back heel is lifted. Find the connection right away, left heel to left glute. Press into that front leg. Right knee's gonna come up towards your chest, stand nice and tall. Resist to lower. Find that nice deep lunge. So my left side's already a little more trickier than my right. Take your time. There's always one side stronger than the other. That is normal. You make note of it. Don't let yourself kind of panic over it. It's totally normal for everyone. Squeeze that left glute. Lift that right knee. Looking so nice. Let's go for about 4 more at your own pace. How much can you control with the front leg? Both ways. Woo. Squeeze, hamstring and glute working together. Arms go where they feel good for you here. 3. Last 2, find that tripod with your foot. Last 1. Find your nice deep lunge. You're holding here, back leg long. You dive your chest forward, stick your tails out, lift your chest right back up. Just a hinge at the hip, blow abs in, lean forward, squeeze that left glute right back up. You're going for 5 more, hinge at the hip. Toby's cheering you on in the background. For 4, last 3, last 2. Lean yourself forward and hold. Hands into your prayer. Twist and rotate to the left. Last challenge, back to center. My hamstring and glute are on fire. You squeeze the left. Back to center. Squeeze your inner legs. For 4. Last plank in 3. For 2. Last 1. Bring your hands down to the mat. Your last and final plank here. I want you to just hold. We're gonna work on those push-ups that we were doing earlier here. You do tricep or regular, whichever you prefer. You're gonna go for 10, bend and straighten. Even with both legs behind you. For 8, again, push-ups not your jam. You hold your plank. Abs in, squeeze your back legs. For 4, for 3, 2, last 1. So good. Sit back, give yourself a breath. Woo. Toby's here to stretch with us. I'm gonna take some nice pigeon stretches just to stretch out my glutes. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can sit and take a figure 4 stretch like this. I'm gonna do a pigeon stretch, but you do what feels good. So one leg bent in front, back leg long. Just breathe into the glute here. Yes, Toby, I know. Say hi. I know. When you feel good, no, leave it. We're gonna switch. Stop it. Other leg in front, back leg long. I know. Say hi. And we're gonna finish like how we started here, standing. You can face where it feels good. Hip width apart. Arms to the ceiling, give yourself a nice big inhale. Exhale, roll yourself all the way down to the floor. Grab a hold of your elbows or the floor, soft knees, maybe a rock side to side, maybe nod your head yes, no. Release your arms to the floor. Give yourself one more big breath, just let the weight go. Soft bend of your legs, bone by bone. Roll yourself on up. Head will be last, big shoulder roll at the top, and then you guys are all set. Really great work. Toby and I will see you soon. Send in your requests, another video this week. Bye guys.